Hello. Tonight we're going to talk about dreams. Dreams are vibrational indicators, but they're also sneak previews, like a sneak preview of a movie. And we're going to talk about how to interpret them tonight. The symbols in your dream are images that your source gives to you so that you can flow energy toward. You can change the energy or you can improve the energy. Then you can change that energy to change your future. And once you get into a high vibration about that subject or those subjects, the law of attraction can bring that to you. So there are two things you have to look at. One is the subject of the dream. You don't want to take it too literally. If there's a guy that you knew 30 years ago that's in your dream, that doesn't mean he's going to come back in your life. What you want to figure out is, in one word, what does that guy symbolize to you? Say it symbolizes love to you. So what your inner being's trying to get you to do is flow more energy, which just means notice it, think about it, talk about it, to the subject of love. Now, once you get it in your dream, you've already had it before in your life. Maybe people have been talking about it or you yourself have been thinking about it. You don't want to translate this too literally. The other thing you want to look at is, how did it feel to look at this image? So, dreams don't create. At night you go into this lack of consciousness, almost like a baby being born again, and you're kind of like in the womb. You're not creating at all in that dream, and you're conversing vibrationally in that dream. But once you are beginning to wake up, ready to wake up, your source will download those images to you in 5 or 6 seconds. You don't dream all night, no matter what the sleep studies say. The Abraham teaching is you're in non-physical. You can even access the vortex in there, in your sleep. But you can't access it if you've been worried or angry before you go to sleep. So, at night you're not creating. When you're dreaming, you're not creating, but the dream is downloaded for the 5 or 6 seconds before you wake up, and your thoughts about that create. That's when the creation period comes. You put the words and the pictures that you were creating vibrationally in your dream into focus. So, the information that you're looking at, the subject, how does that feel? How it feels is very important, because if you felt, oh, I can conquer anything, I'm happy, I'm singing, I'm dancing, that's a connected dream. If you feel afraid or crying or very, very sad, that's not a connected dream. So you have to be careful about the feeling. If something's really, really vivid, you feel like you're really living it, that's a subject that you need to flow some energy towards, because you've got some resistance there. So if something's really vivid, that means it's more important to clean that up. Flow energy towards it. Make it feel better. The think, feel, think, feel, think, feel. So, what's the function of the dream? Number one is to show you you're more than what you think you are, because you're both non-physical and physical. The other function is for you to get another perspective on the subjects. And you have more freedom to create in your dream than you do in your regular life, because you don't have as much resistance at night. So dreams always reflect recent circumstances, not anything from 20 years ago. And you're always headed somewhere, wherever this dream is showing you, you're headed to what that dream says. So your future can sometimes show up in your dreams before anything at all shows up about it in your waking life. So in your sleep, you're in alignment. You can reach the vortex in your sleep. But you have to be in alignment upon going to sleep, because if you're not going to be able to interpret the dream. So, a good feeling dream points to a manifestation that's coming. A negative feeling dream points you to changing your vibration on the subject. Now let's say, if you have nightmares, what does that mean? That means you've been worried and you're pushing back. If you feel lost, or telephone's there, but it doesn't seem to be working, that points to your insecurities. I remember for years I had dreams of being lost. And even though I came across as powerful, I was very insecure. I just hadn't recognized that. What about if you're dancing, flying? That's a really good connected dream. What about if you caught yourself out in public with no clothes on? A lot of people have that dream. What does that mean? That means you care too much about what other people think. So that's our little session on dreams. Ask before you go to sleep this week to remember your dreams. Go to bed in a good mood. And as always, go forth and prosper.